The Environmental Litigation Group and the Bell Law Firm have retained Soil, Water, Air Protection Enterprise, or SWAPE, and N&P Limited to evaluate property damage, medical monitoring claims, and toxic tort claims resulting from the poor environmental management of the IP facilities in Prattville, Alabama, Georgetown, South Carolina, Franklin, Virginia, Bastrop, Louisiana, Augusta, and Savannah, Georgia. This is the story about how a large company has accumulated vast wealth while jeopardizing the health and welfare of 6 communities. Historically, the environmental practices of International Paper at the 6 facilities have polluted the soil, the air, the water, the homes, the schools, the churches, the people, the plants, and the environment. The Bastrop facility has been contaminating the community since approximately 1924. The Franklin facility has been contaminating the community since approximately 1919. The Georgetown facility has been contaminating the community since approximately 1936. The Prattville facility has been contaminating the community since approximately 1941. The Savannah facility has been contaminating the community since approximately 1935. The Augusta facility has been contaminating the community since the 1960s. While the contaminant releases may have been more offensive historically than today, the current environmental management of these 6 facilities is far shy of responsible and jeopardizes the health of children, adults, and elderly in all 6 communities. USA Today used US EPA-supported Risk Screening Environmental Indicators, or RSEI, computer modeling program to examine the impact of industrial pollution on the air outside schools across the nation. USA Today ranked each school on a percent scale. The lower the ranking, the greater the likelihood that toxic chemicals could be present at levels that could threaten children's health. In Prattville, the school rankings ranged from the 14th to the 24th percentile, with Prattville Elementary School receiving the lowest ranking and being located closest to the Prattville IP mill. IP is the greatest polluter for all 14 schools in Prattville, and the ranking increases as the distance between the school and the IP mill increases. In Georgetown, the school rankings ranged from the 8th to the 38th percentile, with Georgetown Middle School receiving the lowest ranking and being located closest to the Georgetown IP mill. IP is the greatest polluter for the 3 lowest-ranked schools in Georgetown, and the ranking increases as the distance between the school and the IP mill increases. In Franklin, the school rankings ranged from the 4th to the 15th percentile, with J.P. King Jr. Middle School receiving the lowest ranking and being located closest to the Franklin IP mill. IP is the greatest polluter for the 2 lowest-ranked schools in Franklin, and the ranking increases as the distance between the school and the IP mill increases. In Bastrop, the school rankings ranged from the 3rd to the 25th percentile, with Eastside Elementary School receiving the lowest ranking and being located closest to the Bastrop IP mill. IP is the greatest polluter for the 8 lowest-ranked schools in Bastrop, and the ranking increases as the distance between the school and the IP mill increases. The Augusta IP mill is located on the outskirts of town and therefore is not a primary polluter for most schools in Augusta. The 3 schools that are most strongly polluted by the IP mill range in the 10th to the 25th percentile, with Cross Creek High School receiving the lowest ranking and being located closest to the Augusta IP mill. In Savannah, the school rankings range from the 7th to the 33rd percentile. Even with numerous polluting industries in Savannah, including another paper mill, IEP is still the greatest polluter for 11 schools in the city, and the ranking increases as the distance between the school and the IEP mill increases. These findings are critical because many studies have shown that children are the most susceptible to negative environmental health effects due to the fact that their bodies are still developing and their dose to body mass ratio is higher. SWAPE has collected dust samples from houses and churches using EPA methodology in the Prattville, Alabama, Georgetown, South Carolina, Franklin, Virginia, and Bastrop, Louisiana communities. SWAPE found elevated dioxin furane levels in homes and churches. Dioxin is the most potent cancer promoter known to man. These elevated dioxin furane levels can be attributed to releases from the IEP facilities because many of the paper manufacturing processes produce dioxin furanes, and dioxin furanes are not naturally occurring in the environment. The historic practices of IEP have resulted in accumulated contamination of dioxin furanes in the homes, churches, environment, and people in these 6 communities. Health effects resulting from exposure from dioxin furanes are numerous and affect every system in the body. IEP's releases of dioxin furanes have resulted in the following health effects, including immune suppression, lymphoma, multiple myeloma, chloroacne, soft tissue sarcoma, cataracts, cognitive impairment, developmental delay, peripheral neuropathy, porphyria, altered sex ratio, low birth weight, fetotoxicity, menstrual disorders, abnormal sperm, endometriosis, dyslipidemia, hypercholesterolemia, type 2 diabetes, hypothyroidism, oral clefts, and bladder, breast, lung, and thyroid cancer. Odor complaints are also common in all 6 communities. Both odor alone and the total reduced sulfur compounds that are responsible for the odor have acute and chronic health effects. Reported symptoms include headaches, respiratory distress, ocular damage, neurotoxicity, changes in brain chemistry, altered mood, asthma, and decreased pulmonary capacity. Because technologies have been available for years to control odor, IEP's negligence to address the problem demonstrates irresponsible environmental management.